Hey, I'm Chris from Make Everything, and today I'm going to show you the condemned house that I bought on the property that I have in upstate New York and what I'm going to do with it. Check it out. That from Make Everything, and today I'm at my property in upstate New York doing a little walk around, and I figured now would be a good time to show everybody sort of what I got here. Now if you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that a couple of months ago, back in May, I closed on a 6.5 acre lot in Freehold, New York, which is the town over from East Durham, which if that sounds familiar, it's because that's where Jimmy DeResta's place is. Jimmy inspired me to start my own sort of thing up here and have a place to call my own, and help me out with finding a place and, you know, coming to take a look at it back in March when it first popped up on the market. So, you know, fast forward now, and I'm walking around. I just got my first bit of work done up here. I had a driveway cut into the property, and basically what I got here is a 6.5 acre plot with a 1,500 or 2,000 square foot house that was never finished on it. The house is going to have to be knocked down, and we're going to just go from scratch. We're going to build a couple of really cool things up here. I'll give you a quick little tour of the property, and that's about it. I wanted to share this with you guys and let you know this was what was coming next. So let's check out this house a little bit. So this house was built in 1990, and the way I know is that there are actually still stickers from the sales company on these vinyl windows. Now the house was built on a cinder block foundation that was poorly built. It's collapsing in a bunch of areas. They poured some sort of concrete curb around it. Every guess is just to sort of try and shed the water away from the foundation. It looks like they did the foundation in block and then poured the concrete after. Everything's sort of collapsing. The whole house is undermined. The floorboards are collapsing in a few places. The house was actually wired and plumbed, and a well was drilled, but no one ever lived here. There's some evidence that people were staying here. There's like a couple of cots, but so far the house is pretty much untouched from 1990. Now it does have to come down. It's not worth saving. It's not structurally sound, and the property itself is tiered, so the road is down there, and I just had this driveway put in because there was really no access to the property. It's 6.5 acres, and it's really kind of skinny and deep. So we've got stone walls on either side of the property that border it. And then eventually this is going to be sort of a pad site for a shop building. And then up there, which I'll take you up now, is sort of the second pad, which will eventually be a driveway and sort of the landing for a house, either a tree house or a tiny house, something. I'm not really sure yet, but with this first bit of work done, figured it'd be a good opportunity to show the place off. And we can go inside. You can see the condition of the inside of this place. So like I said, the house was built in 1990, was never finished. There's definitely been some critters living in here, and it's got to come down. It's got this ridiculously big cinder block kind of center here. I think they were planning on heating the house with a wood stove, some ducting. You know, all the insulation that was put up in the ceiling and roof has fallen down. And there's just, you know, the remnants of what was a construction job. Something peeled its way up through the floor over there. It's a little scary. There's like a wheelbarrow. You can see the floor collapsing over in that area. So right now it looks like something out of a horror movie, but it's going to be great when it's all done. Got an electrical panel, and I don't really like walking around in it too much because a lot of the floor is undermined, and I could probably wind up in the basement pretty quickly. So this is what the inside looks like. You can kind of see somebody started and just never finished, but for that reason, I'm not even going to try and save this. We're just going to tear it down and turn this site down here into, like I said, the pad for either a shop or a garage. Now the property itself must have had some drainage issues, because you can see evidence that they tried to pipe water from coming down this hill and tried to push it to the side, and I don't think that worked, and I think the water actually helped undermine this foundation. But in order to get away from that, we're not going to build a house down here, and if we do, it's just going to be on a concrete pad. There's not going to be a crawl space. or a basement underneath it. You can see over here where more of the foundation is collapsing. So this thing's got to go, and we're going to build up there. So walking up the hill from the house, and like I said, the property goes way back. We've got a stone wall on the sides, and it's all pine forest on either side of these two sort of developed pads. Now, there's very little information about who owned this property and did this developing, because somebody cleared out, obviously both of these plots. This one up here is the other flat section, and this is what made me excited about this property when I found it. So this other section up here has been flattened off already. And I don't think this is natural. I think that somebody came and actually cleared this, because these trees are also young. Now this section is nice and flat, and it does have a hill section behind it. It goes back to the property line, but here's where I envision cutting in a driveway and eventually putting a raised house or something over there that'll look out and over whatever building I put down where the house is. From here you can't even see the roof of the house, and back in over there you can actually see the mountains. So with a little bit of tree cutting and flattening, if we flatten out this area, have a nice big driveway that you could turn a vehicle around in or park a tiny house on a trailer, I think it's going to wind up being a really beautiful site. You'll be able to see mountains back there, and then if I do build a shop or a garage, you won't even see it. You'll be able to look right over the roof. It'll be as though you're on two totally different properties. There's a lot of really cool wildlife up here. I've been setting up trail cameras, seen a bunch of deer and coyote and fox. There's some bear droppings kicking around, so there's definitely some interesting guests on the property already. And there you can just sort of see the roof of the house. So there's an absolute ton of work to do here. It's going to begin in sort of the end of winter and spring of next year, and it'll carry me through the year, and we'll have a nice place to work, and hopefully a lot of cool videos showing the process of building the tiny house, building the tree house, and developing this place into something really nice. Now, to access this upper section of the property, we're going to cut in a driveway that goes down and around and links up with the actual original driveway there, or we might actually cut in a new driveway, because I've got a couple of 100 feet of road access, so I really could add a curb cut and a culvert in a bunch of different spots. There's a bunch of really nice old growth pine trees here, really conducive to holding a structure. So maybe even the nice big tree house one day, build something that will be a lot of fun. There's a couple of trees back there that I've got my eye on. But this sort of brings us around to the side of the property, and we wind up back at the house. All right, I just wanted to give you guys a little tour and a little taste of sort of what's coming up next. Obviously, I've still got a lot of shop projects going on, and we're insanely busy right now, so it's been a little slow on making videos just because we have so much going on. If you follow me on Instagram at Make Everything Shop, you can sort of see what I'm doing day to day and get an idea of what's coming next. I announced this back in May when I bought it, and I haven't really talked about it here on YouTube, so I thought it'd be a good opportunity to share it. It's a big project. We have a lot of work to do. I cannot wait to get started. This is sort of where I started in sort of making, my dad renovated and built up houses his whole life. I've been working in home building since I was about 15 years old, so it's something near and dear to me. I know a lot about this sort of thing, and I have a lot of tips and tricks that I want to share. So knocking this down, developing the site, building the tiny house and tree house, it's all going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to do it. You'll see a lot of familiar faces because I'm right up here by Jimmy's house, and there's just an amazing community of makers and helpful people that want to build this community, and I'm really happy to be a part of it. So I hope to bring you guys along with me. I hope you enjoyed this little video. If you have questions about the property, leave some comments down below. I'm going to be sharing more about this on Instagram with little snippets just to keep my channel from getting too boring and talk about all my planning. But if you want to see that stuff, let me know. So again, I'm Chris Zepp from Make Everything. This is a big project coming soon. I hope you're there to watch it. I'll see you on the next video. Thanks.